Hello students, today we are going to continue with data frames. In the previous video we had done only creating a data frame from dictionaries. Now we will be doing from today the creating of data frame object from a list of dictionaries and further like creating data frame from list of lists also. So let's have a look on the system on Anaconda Navigator. Now as per the creating a data frame object from a list of dictionaries or lists, let's see how to create it. Suppose we have got 2-3 dictionaries having same type of indexes. That means the same type of keys and so that those keys become the indexes. So how we are going to create a data frame from those 2-3 dictionaries all at a time. We can keep those dictionaries into one list which will contain all the dictionaries, and that list can become a parameter for data frame object. So let's see how to create it. We have already imported pandas as PD and numpy as NP, and now we are going to create one dictionary. Suppose this is topper A is equal to, in the curly brace we are going to place roll number, name and marks. So this is roll number. Then after that we have got name. These are the keys as you people know in dictionaries. And in name we are going to keep like suppose anything. And then marks. This is one dictionary. I'll be creating two dictionaries more. So I'll just copy this line and then paste it over here. This will become topper B. Roll number I can keep something else like 111. Name I can keep like Rahul. And his marks as 89. Here I can keep like something 98. Here we will give something different as marks because these are topper students, so 95. Then here also in the third one, the topper that I am going to keep is topper C, the dictionary. Roll number I can keep as 114. Name Sunil and marks 99. Now I want to create a list which will contain all the 3 dictionaries. So I can create a dictionaries by the name of toppers is equal to square bracket. As you all know, lists are represented by square bracket. So in the toppers list I am going to keep topper A, one dictionary, then the second dictionary, and then the third dictionary. And then we can create a data frame object. Suppose I am keeping df topper is equal to pd dot data frame, and in its bracket I am going to keep toppers list. Now let's try to print our data frame df topper. So when we are running it, we are seeing marks, name and roll number become the column names and the indexes are given as 0, 1, 2. Now if suppose we do not want that the index number should be 0, 1, 2, we can keep something else. As you people know that in data frame object we can keep index is equal to also. So here in this case we can write index is equal to, and then we can write like this is section A. I can keep here section B also, and then section C. So automatically the index number from 0, 1, 2 has changed to whatever we have given as an index in the form of a list. So example 24, Sumita Arora is asking a question, write a program to create a data frame from a list containing dictionaries of sales performance of 4 zonal offices. Zone names should be row labels. So in the book also they have given that we are going to keep all the 4 zones, zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D, in which target and sales are the 2 main key values. And when we put it in our list, first of all the 4 dictionaries will be kept in a list, and then the data frame will be formed from that list. Index numbers we can give of our own. Now, so let's see how we are going to make it. Instead of topper A, we are going to keep here zone A. And only 2 attributes are there, 2 keys. One is target and the other is sales. The rest I'll remove and I'll keep the values accordingly. So if suppose the target for this zone A is 50,000, and instead of 50,000 I have achieved a sales of 45,000. And in zone B also we will keep something. I'm going to copy this row from here. Target over here was suppose 60,000 and this zone has achieved a lot and has got 65,000. And in zone C, again I'll paste that row only. Suppose the target for this region was around 70,000 and the sales achieved was 78,000. We need one more zone because there are 4 zones according to the question. So we'll write zone D is equal to, and here the target was around 40,000 and the sales achieved was 45,000. Let it be. Now in this list I'll keep as zones. I'll keep all the 4 zones over here in this list. This is zone A, zone B and zone C, and one more zone D. Now in the data frame that I am creating, I can keep it as df zones, pd.data frame. I am keeping here my list which is containing all the 4 zones. According to the question, they are saying the zone name should be the row labels. So the index should be according to the zones. We'll write here zone A. Then here also we'll write zone B as the index labels for each and every row. And here also zone C. And one more we'll write as zone D. And we'll be printing here df zones. So if we run this, we are getting a sales and target as a column headings, but zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D are the row labels as per the question. The question was saying that all the zone names should become the row labels, that means the index numbers. So it was an interesting question. Then we have got a facility of creating a list from lists. Suppose there are various lists and all of them have to be put in a data frame. So we can keep all those lists in one big list, which will be a nested list, and then we can put that list into the data frame. So let's see how to make it. Either we can keep different lists, or we can keep all those lists all together in one list. Now here, if suppose I have got list 1 is equal to square bracket, and I am keeping one list over here having 45, 60, 90, or suppose 80, comma, and then another list having 55, 77, 89, and then a third list also having 30, 20, and 60. So altogether 3 lists I have already placed in my list 1, and I am keeping here a data frame. Let it be the marks, suppose pd.data frame. So pd.data frames में I am going to keep here list 1. Now it depends on me whether I want to change the index numbers or not. Suppose I do not keep any index numbering over here, and I want to just delete it. And then I'm going to print my data frame df marks. So here we have got the output. Since there is no labeling on the top of the list, 0, 1, 2 will be as a headings, and even 0, 1, 2 will be the index numbers for those. Now there is an example 25 in Sumita Arora. Write a program to create a data frame from a 2D list and specify own index labels. Suppose let's make this as our example 25, this which I have got. Only the index numbers have to be changed. So I can write here index is equal to row 1, row 2, and row 3. Now if I run over here, so I am getting here row 1, row 2, row 3. The question was very simple. Example 26 is asking write a program to create a data frame from a list containing 2 lists, each containing target and actual sales. Figures of 4 zonal offices, give appropriate row labels. So the dictionaries that we had created previously having the target and the sales, instead of that they are asking that we have to create 2 lists, one list having the target and the other list having the sales, and put both of them in a data frame. So we'll be creating a nested list as such. First of all, let's create one list of target for 4 zones. So we'll write here, suppose 50,000 was there. Then after that 80,000. After that we can write here 45,000. And then 60,000 for the 4 zones. And the other list that I am going to create is sales that I have made in these 4 zones, setting up the target. Here it would be like 52,000 which I achieved. The other would be like 78,000 having a loss of 2,000. And then 67,000, and here it would be like 70,000. So in my DF sales, I'm going to put pd.data frame. Before that I have to create a list of zones. We'll write here list of zones is equal to, we'll put both the lists over here, target, comma, sales. And here in my data frame I am going to put list zones index we can. So if we run this program, we are getting here the output as zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D, and the indexes as target and sales. Since we have got only two lists, so the index will be only 2. But if we want the headings, we are keeping one more attribute over here, and that is columns. In columns, we are keeping the headings as zone A, zone B, zone Z, zone C, zone D, and in index, we are keeping according to ourselves target and sales. Because if we do not specify the columns, naturally the column numbers given over the top will be 0, 1, 2, 3. But the indexes will be according to us like target and sales. It's a very interesting question. And then comes creating a data frame object from a 2D ND array. For ND array, you need to import numpy as NP, as we have in our program already. So in order to create an array using numpy, that is an ND array, you will have to use np.array as a function, which will create lists inside it, and then two lists inside it in order to create a double dimension array. Because the topic that we are studying is from a 2D ND array. So a double dimension array has to be created. So let's see how it works. We'll remove this from here. Suppose we are creating nr1 is equal to np.array, and in this we are going to keep two lists. Suppose 2, 3, 4 is present in one list, and in the other we can write 6, 7, 8. You can also specify the data type that you want. And since it is a double dimension array, so just be clear that here one square bracket has to be open, which will close at the end of 6, 7, 8. And then you can write the data type. As I told you previously also, that only numpy will give you the type of data type that you want. np.int32 if I write. And if I try to print it using a data frame, I can create my own data frame. dtf1 is equal to pd.dataframe, and I'll keep this array inside it, nr1. So let's see how it works. After this, let me print my data frame. Print dtf1. See, there was a mistake over here. Square bracket, instead of square bracket, a dot came over here. That's why it's giving an error. So let's see how it is creating. Since we have not given any index or the column names, but natural, the column names also will be having the index 0, 1, 2 and the row also 0, 1. We can specify our column names if we want, or the index number, as we have done previously also in the previous program. We write column is equal to one, 2, 3. So here comes the column names 1, 2, 3 at the top of your values that are being printed. And even you can give your own indexes if you want. Index is equal to A, B and C. sorry, there are only two, so I am going to write here AB only, because there are only two rows that are being printed. So AB, because see, if whatever rows you are getting, accordingly you will have to give your index numbers. So this was creating a data frame from a 2D ND array. And then example 27 is asking us an output. What will be the output of the following? There are three lists which are given inside it, and the data type is np.in32. And if we print data frame R1, since no index and column numbers are given, so the values will be printed as 11, 12, below it 13, 14, below it 15, 16, and the indexes on the left hand side will be 0, 1, 2, because there will be three rows printed, and at the top 0, 1 as the column labels. Example 28 may write a program to create a data frame from a 2D array as shown below. Now here they have given an array, and we'll have to create our lists accordingly. Array means having lists inside it, and then we have to print it. A simple program, let's try it. np.array में we'll keep those values which have been given in example 28. 101, comma 113, comma 124, and in the second list 130, comma 140, comma 200, and in the third list 115, comma 216, comma 217, and then NP and in 32 we are giving, but since they have not specified that we should give columns or rows, if we directly put only this array into the data frame, but natural 0, 1, 2 will be coming as a numbering. Suppose I try to give the columns as 1, 2, 3 and the indexes I will give ABC. Why ABC? There are three lists, means three rows will be printed for all of them. So here we are getting very simple program. Then comes creating a data frame object from a 2D dictionary with values as series objects. If we want to put Panda series also as one of the value of a dictionary, then how we are going to do? We'll take a simple example. The example given in Sumita Arora is staff and salaries. Staff is having a list and salaries is also having a list. So let's see. Both of them are the Panda series. So we'll say staff is equal to pd.series. Square bracket mein I'm going to keep here 20, 30, 40. And the other series that I'm going to create is for salary is equal to pd.series 165,000 and 24,600 563,000. And this series is having a circular bracket. So the Panda series has been created with the help of the list. Two lists have been given, and now we want to create our data frame. But first of all, we'll be creating a dictionary which will store both of the Panda series. So the dictionary that I'm going to keep is a school, curly brace, one key value that has been given is people, which will be in staff Panda series, and the other will be amount as a key value which will be having salary as the value. Now we'll be creating dt school is equal to pd dot data frame, and I'm going to put here my dictionary, which is having 2 panda series object. So let's print it. Print dt school. Here we have it. We have got people and amount, which are the 2 keys of your school dictionary, and 0, 1, 2 as the index numbering, which we can change accordingly as we want. Example 29 is saying consider 2 series objects, staff and salaries, as store the number of people in various office branches and salaries distributed. Write a program to create another series object that stores average salary per branch, and then create a data frame object from the series object. This means only a slight change has to be done in it. We have created already 2 panda series of staff and salaries, and they are saying that now we have to create another series object average, which will be having what? The average number of the average salary per branch. For this we'll be creating, like suppose we are writing AVG is equal to salary upon staff. So both the panda series will be divided accordingly, and you will get the output in average as a new new panda series. And then we will be creating this dictionary school. First of all, let me keep it at the top of it. This dictionary is having already people and amount, and now it will be also having one more key, and that is average, which will be keeping AVG, in which I have calculated the average. Now in this data frame that I have created, I'll be keeping school. Let's see how the output comes out to be. This is the average salary per department, in which total amount is being divided by the number of people. The 2 panda series were divided with each other, and you got a new panda series of average, and all the 3 have been kept in a dictionary, and this dictionary has become an argument to data frame. But there is only one last topic in which how to create a data frame. A data frame object can be created from another data frame object also. If suppose in this program itself I keep here one more data frame, dt new is equal to pd dot data frame and I keep dt school under it. So you can create a new data frame from an already existing data frame. And if I try to print this dt new over here, output will be the same. A new data frame object has been created from an already existing data frame object. Right? So we have completed up till this only. In the next session, we'll be looking at the attributes of data frame. It's a big chapter, so naturally things should be very much clear. So that is why this chapter has got around 5 videos I have been making up till now, in which 3 have been made for series and 2 presently, including this 2, are of data frame. Hope you have understood up till here. And if you have understood it, you can press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.